on guys and girls, welcome back to the TR7 Skate YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to do nollie heel flips. Don't worry if you're not a heel flipper, if you've never done heel flips or even tried them, it doesn't matter because nollie heel flips are completely different. The only thing you need to be comfortable with for this one is nice big nollies. In case it wasn't obvious already, a nollie is when you pop off the nose of the board instead of the tail. So a nollie heel flip is going to be popping off the nose and you're going to use your back foot to flip it with your heel all the way around and then back on it. Foot positioning is a really important part of this one. So with your front foot, for me I'm regular, so it's my left foot. You're obviously going to have it up on the nose of the board. You don't want it all the way on the board, but at the same time you don't want it right on the corner. You want it somewhere in between the two. So you can have your foot so that your toes are in the middle of the nose and it's pointing straight off that way. You don't want to be too turned. And if you're too much on the side, what will happen is the board will spin. And you don't want it to spin, we want it to flip and stay straight. So that's the front foot. With the back foot, you're going to be between either the middle of the board or just where the bolts are, and you're going to be hanging your toes off completely, so it's just your heel that's on the board, so that when you go to pop it, you've got plenty of space to flip that foot off to get the board to flip round. A lot like other flip tricks, some of the tutorials we've already done, this is one that's actually easier to learn on a flat bank or on an obstacle than it is to learn on flat ground. The reason for that is, you're going up, you're going to be doing it pretty much when you're stood still, and the ramp's going to help you pop it up a little bit. When you do it on the floor, you've got to create the pop yourself, and it just makes it a bit harder to get it to come all the way around. There's two things you want to think about when doing this trick on a flat bank. The first one is going to be your foot positioning. So when you're coming into the bank, you want to make sure that you've got your feet in that position we talked about before you start going up the bank, because you want to be ready to do the trick. If you ride up the bank and quickly get your feet ready, you're going to be rolling back down before you've had the time to pop, like this. So make sure you've got your feet in that position before approaching the bank. So the second thing you want to think about is the timing of when you're going to pop the trick. So you don't want to pop it too early when you're still on the way up the bank, because you'll lose all your speed and it will be quite hard to jump up with it. But at the same time, you don't want to leave it too late, like we spoke about before, because you'll start rolling back down and it will be more like doing a really fast switch heel than a nollie heel to fakie. So the key to it is you want to pop your trick just when you're about to stop going up, land it and then come back down. So timing is essential with this one. Assuming you've tried it on a bank a couple of times, we're going to move over to do it on the flat ground now. Something you really want to think about with your flat ground, you already know about the foot positioning, but you want to think a little bit about your upper body. So this is a very hard trick to keep straight, so it's important that you keep your arms and shoulders locked by your side, because all it takes is a tiny bit of a turn with your upper body and the board's going to pop that way like this. You want to keep it nice and straight because you're not doing 180, it's just a straight nollie heel. Keep them locked in position and really focus on what your feet are doing. When it comes to flicking the heel flip with that back foot, like the kick flips, like all the other flip tricks, the timing is essential. So as you pop down with your nose, you already want to be thinking about sliding that foot up. And instead of kicking straight off to the tail or straight out in front of you, you want to kick it off at an angle. So it's a good thing to aim for this back wheel. So if you're starting in the middle, you flick off where that wheel is, and that's what's going to make the board flip round for you. Another thing to think about, again, just like all the other flip tricks, is you need to jump for this one, because if you do the flip but you're just relaxing, you're going to be on the floor before the board's finished. So before popping it, bend down nice and low, and when you go to pop it, you're going to jump up with it, like this. When you have your back foot too far forward, sometimes when you go to pop it, you'll miss the flick and the board will come up like this. This is called rocketing, and you don't want this, because if you're jumping up in the air, you could land sat on it, and that's not fun for anyone. You don't want that. So to avoid that from happening, when you're first trying them, just bring your back foot a bit further back. Even if it doesn't flip every go, at least you're not risking hurting yourself. Be patient with them. It's a really fun trick to learn, but like other tricks, don't get stuck trying it in one place over and over again like on the flat ground, because it will get quite frustrating. Experiment with it, try it on banks, try it on quarter pipes, try it as many different places as possible, and it will help you have a much better understanding of how the trick works. So I hope that this tutorial helped. Let us know, go out and try them, give us some feedback if it did. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to click subscribe and hit the little bell so you never miss our videos. If there's a tutorial you want us to do, oh, my board's just stuck like that. You see that? And if there's a trick that you want help with, leave it in the comments below and we'll do our best to get it done for you. Cheers for watching, bye!